Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTest.com, and today we're looking at a video from the Beneteau testing grounds of two very similar vessels. You can see they're the same size and layout, but there's a distinct difference between these two boats. Notice the forward boat has white air intakes on the sides. That's part of a new design from Beneteau called Air Step. The simple fact is that all boat hulls, no matter how large or small, create drag as they travel through the water. This drag affects the boat's speed and how much power it needs to move through the water. The traditional approach to dealing with this drag has been to modify the shape of the hull and add more horsepower. Beneteau's design team took a different approach. They chose to reduce the drag instead and do it in a very unique way with Air Step. Beneteau tells us that their exclusive Air Step hull design not only reduces drag, but increases stability. It does this by capturing and directing a cushion of air under a very specific part of the running surface. But where Beneteau's technique differs from conventional methods is how they introduce the air to that section of the hull, prevent it from venting out the sides, and then release it from the aft section of the hull. Beneteau's method allows for more contact area farther to the sides of the running surface. This adds stability while at the same time reducing friction. So how do they create a large contact surface area while preventing air from running off the sides? They duct the air through the hull of the boat and then vent it through the keel to a specially designed section of the hull, their Air Step. The Air Step system takes air from two locations on either side through the freeboard about midship, and that air is drawn under the running surface as soon as the boat starts moving forward thanks to a low pressure created at the stern. You can see the air channels in this photo of a hull fresh out of the mold. Here you can see just how the ducted air flows under the hull while most of the hull remains in contact with the surface, including the chines, and remember, chines provide us stability in turns. So does it work? Well, let's look at Beneteau's test video. You can easily tell the Air Step boat from the standard by the dual white vents on the cabin and hull sides. Here are the two boats running side by side. The Air Step boat is in the foreground, the non-Air Step hull is behind it. You can clearly see the difference in stability between the two as the traditional boat is pitching quite a bit more than the Air Step hull. This improvement in stability translates into a significant reduction in operator fatigue. How about for performance? Here they are taking off together. The Air Step design, which is closest to us, appears to get on plane quicker, has less bow rise, and has a distinct advantage in acceleration due to the reduced friction over the water. But here's the thing. That Air Step boat with twin 115s is using 18% less horsepower to outperform the conventional hull, which is powered by twin 140s. And what about turning ability, the problem child of every boat that uses a conventional method to draw air under the hull? Here you can see how the Air Step hull appears not to suffer any loss of turning performance, and we don't notice any added slide to the turn. Of course, we'll verify when we test this ourselves. With its reduced friction, Beneteau tells us that the patented Air Step hull can operate with 20% less energy than the conventional hull. In other words, the whole point of Air Step is not to go faster, it's to allow us to use smaller engines while achieving better performance, such as getting on plane faster and increased stability. We also think that calling it Air Step may not do it justice, as it encourages this system to be compared to both conventional and other step-type designs. To us, this is more about airflow. Rest assured that we'll be testing this design for ourselves in just a few weeks, and we'll bring you the full results on video. Until then, for BoatTest.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.